Today on Vibe Check, we had Stillwell. We had all the guys come through with the headquarters. They were able to check out all the artwork, all the energy here at Sullen, and just break down really what's to come for the band. So I hope you guys enjoy the episode. All right, guys, welcome to Vibe Check. Today I got the boys from Stillwell. Thanks for coming through.
Yeah. Thanks for having us, man.
Yes, yeah. So what's been going down, guys? I mean, I've been really interested in learning, a little bit about how you guys got together, how, things are going. What's going?
Go for it, homie.
In 2006, a mutual friend of ours, Bobby Ruiz, who owns Tribal, had reached out to me. And he had asked if I'd be interested in doing a song with Fieldy from Korn. And at that time, I was like really doing hip hop. So when he had mentioned it, I was like, okay, that sounds like a cool idea. And so I flew out not knowing what to expect because, his reputation was kind of crazy. And plus, it was a different planet from where I was from as far as musically. So I didn't know what to expect. And when we arrived like in front of his castle, he comes out, he's got the braids. I'm like, okay, he's as sold, as advertised. Yeah. And the first thing he goes, hey man, what's going on, Fieldy? Want to go to Del Taco? And I never heard of that place from Brooklyn.
Oh shit.
So, I don't know what that is.
Get a West Coast right.
Right. So I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, let me give you the best taco. Let's go to Del Scorcho, because that's what's going to be coming out.
So you come straight from New York, Harlem, into South County, pull up to Fieldy's house, you go to Del Taco.
I didn't even know it was a fast food restaurant. So when we rolled up, I was like, word? We're going to fast food? Okay. Yeah.
Everybody else out Del Taco.
Oh my God.
At least like 100 times.
Okay.
And then we wrote our first song that same day, which it was like instant. It was smooth actually. When I think about it, it didn't make any sense how fast it got done. And we wrapped it up. And then maybe a few months later, that's when I met Jamie with him. They were on tour. They were doing a Family Values tour.
What band was that?
Droid.
A couple bands over here. Wow. Okay.
And prior to all of that, I actually met him first. He was POD was doing something for The Matrix, the movie
In New York. We was in New York.
Wow, here we go.
New York, skyscrapers and everything, and Q too.
Right. And Wov was being classic Wov that night. He was trying to bully the kid, but didn't really work.
Wow.
Come on. You got that
Just to sum it up, that we became friends,
we
dude.
became friends for a long time, all of us.
Yeah.
And
that was a long time ago.
Me and Fieldy started with the music project. Initially, obviously, we didn't know what it was going to be. And then within a couple of months, we slapped the name Stillwell, paying homage to a street that I was raised on in Brooklyn. And then it just kept on evolving into this, multi-genre mosaic of just thoughts and ideas slapped on a song.
Right, so it was just literally like you guys just formulated this energy together. Was there like, we're gonna build this, it's gonna be something big? Was it like a project, passion?
Sometimes there were times where we would think like, oh, we want to get this and these figures and this, and then there were times where it was just about trying to figure out musically where we were going to go with it, because for the first time, I know in his career and mine, there wasn't anybody on our shoulder saying, you can't do this, or you should do that, or this is the deadline, or it was just us making rules as we went along.
Right.
And that's why the music is so like all over the place, because we didn't have anybody like, trying to keep it within a box.
Yeah. So Fieldy, you were just like playing bass as always. You were obviously, doing vocals. Mm-hmm. And then was Wov like drums? And
well, we had to get a hold of him. I was like, I know Wov. I called him up. I was like, because I know him. We toured together, POD and Korn forever. So I was like, I'll call the homie. He's like, yeah, I'm down. Let's rock. And that's how that happened. Yeah. And then, but in the beginning, I was playing guitar. That was a dumb idea, but I was playing.
He was.
I mean, that's what we had a different bass player. His name was Pablo.
Yeah.
Or Spider. Yeah, Spider. He's a
Spider, homie.
He's a homie too.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
that's our
hey,
homie.
dude, if we're starting a band, we need a bass player, and his name needs to be Spider.
Right.
That's the guy.
How'd he get that name?
Dude, it was your bass tech. You
It
told
was
me.
given. It was gifted to him.
It was.
That's
I
tight.
still know how he got that name. That's funny. He's lucky. He's lucky.
And then known you in, Jamie, a long time. Since I was like,
Everybody's
known
known
me.
Jamie.
no, but like since I was like 8 years old, hanging out at
wow.
corn parties, just like these are like uncles, just that was the thing. My dad's like, if they're old,
Remember the video we did with that? Me and you were both in it.
Yeah.
Eat tacos and all that. But very shortly after that, he hit me up. Q's hit me up. Was like, hey, what do you think about maybe playing guitar with us? And I was like, really? I don't know, because I had quit touring for about 4 years, give or take at that point.
yeah,
And I gave it up. I left that life behind me and started living totally differently. So it wasn't like I didn't want to do it. It just, I was kind of like thrown off by it. Like, I don't know, I don't know if I have time. You know what I mean? Like, I just wasn't sure, but I was like, oh, let's check it out. So I came down, learned some songs, jammed them, and then I was just like, okay, I remember why I used to do this.
hell yeah,
Like, I enjoy this. You know what I mean?
Right.
So started playing with them and just having a good time with it.
yeah. I mean, you guys have such a unique blend of just about everything good there is into one. So for real, yeah. I mean, growing up, listening to all this, music, it's been cool to see you guys even come together for as long as I've known you guys. So
And it's changing now too. Like
Yeah,
even
it's
with Jamie in the mix, like the music's like evolving to another level. I think quality wise and sonic wise. So that's why we're kind of telling like we're kind of redefining ourselves. Like
Like in a rebirth.
we're like in a rebirth, which is cool. Like we want to keep all the fans that have been fans of Stillwell. And we're talking about maybe changing the name, but keeping the Stillwell page going, and then dropping off a letter until we come up with a name that everybody agrees with. You know what I mean? Which will be cool because you guys are going to be the first ones to know about it and put it
hell
out
yeah,
to the world. So
thank
that's
you.
cool.
We're pumped to be a part of that process for you guys.
dope.
Well, that's awesome. You guys have any kind of names you think that you guys are flowing with, or?
There's a bunch.
There's some in the pot.
That's the funny part is like coming up with a band name is usually like it's almost embarrassing because you know what, you'll say something and it's like no.
Hey, yes. You're at home. You're like, this is the dopest band name, dude. And then when you get there, like, no way, homie.
Yeah, they
you're like,
kill it.
oh man,
I don't even know
okay.
if I can say this in front of them.
Yeah.
That's always a win. That's always a win. That's already a
Come
win.
on. Start naming you guys tacos. The Yardbird, OG, Flounder. Yeah.
Long Beach Originals.
There you go. That's dope. So you guys have anything like, what do you guys have planned? Obviously new name, like new flow. Jamie's in the mix now. What's going on?
I could say that it feels like the music is becoming a little more ballsy. Stillwell has more of a lighthearted, as of late, had more of a lighthearted sound to it, vibe. And now I can see it's becoming more gritty, which is something that we've all been thinking about for a little bit. And we're like, okay, let's return to that. And because we all have that, whether it's me doing Q Unique or Korn or POD or Droid or Sunflower Dead, all of that music has a lot of aggression.
Oh, for sure.
And initially, for people that are curious, when we started writing Stillwell, his first request was to not sound like Korn. And I understood it because it was based on integrity. He didn't want to duplicate something he was already a part of, which made all the sense in the world to me. So we were on a discovery mission of figuring out where this music is going to go and how it's going to sound. And now we've come back to the place of grit, which is
But it's a different style.
I know you
Right.
like that though, Q.
Yeah, I love grit all day long.
Is it like different to kind of rap flow to like, how do I say, more of like rock and metal to like rap and underground?
In the beginning it was because, no disrespect to anyone, but in the hip hop culture, I'm not speaking for myself, but I just know in the culture itself, they have a hard time with the people that rap on rock. They do. It doesn't register to the listener in rap. But now, as time moved on, more and more people have integrated it so much that you can't deny it. I mean, the latest band that he showed us, Idols, that guy's rapping, he's singing, he's growling, he's doing all types of things. And other bands have been doing it recent that even I'm noticing now. I'm like, wow, he's straight up just spitting bars on a metal track, you know.
I mean, what we're doing right now too is like really it's developing. We've got a good couple handfuls of songs that are not completed but just in the works, and we're developing it right now. You know what I mean? It's like it's hard to even pinpoint like, oh, this is what it's going to be,
right?
Because it's all so new, and I'd say there's more of a focus. And like in my opinion, I feel like we're going to deliver a sound that the fans would more expect from the individuals that are in this group.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah.
That's my opinion, you know?
For sure.
And I think that's a good move too, because it's more authentic and just who we are, true to ourselves too, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you guys have some of the biggest talent in the game, like really. So you guys can't lose in general. I think you guys already just sitting here as a unit is dope. And, I even think for coming on Sullen, like it's rad because with like, I think our collective industry with Sullen, one of the reasons why I personally love them is like, it's such a lifestyle brand collectively all over the world. So for you guys to be here and kind of spread that message is awesome, because you have that same kind of flow, that lifestyle. I mean, cool. All over the place,
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Fieldy, don't talk so much over there, guy.
Put him on the spot.
Yeah, spots on Fieldy right now.
He's taking in all the information.
Yeah, the mastermind over here.
Yeah.
So you guys are in his studio.
Yeah.
And how's that been for you guys with all the new songs coming out?
It's been awesome, really. In the beginning, for me, it was a little awkward because normally it would just be he and I in front of a laptop, but now that's also what helped change the sound is the dynamic of us writing has changed. Now you got 4 to 5 guys in the room, jamming together and coming up with ideas. So it's the chemistry of it has changed drastically.
It's a little more traditional,
Yeah.
like old school, the way we're developing the songs. We're actually like somebody will play a guitar riff or something, and then Wolf will be like, "Hey, well, try this instead. Like change this note," or he'll be like, "Here, don't do it this many strums. Change it like this," and we're just kind of, one little riff will turn into something so much bigger just because we're actually in there doing it together collectively.
Yeah, man.
Well, with you, like, do you how do you like with drums and like all that? Like, how do you like implement all that together with this? Like, do you just come out of your head? Is it like a
Yeah, man, like everything's been changing. Like, Q was doing most of the guitar duties like of late, but then, and I would play to his style or whatever. But, now that we got Jamie in the mix, like he's kind of more what I'm used to, you know what I mean? As far as like just heavier type of guitar strumming and writing wise. But, you got 2 different styles you're just infusing, and I just kind of sit back and I kind of like, I approach it like, I'll lay down some tracks today. Like I listen to it for like, a week or whatever, and they usually do like some demo drums on there, whatever. But then I'm thinking I'm stewing up my own recipe.
So pretty much like you'll create like a layer of it.
Everybody.
You'll let Wov listen to it, and then he'll just kind of freestyle fitting that into that.
Yeah.
Or sometimes he'll come with a riff.
Yeah.
Like he plays as well. So sometimes he'll come in the room.
Fuck yeah.
He showed up last week and he just had a guitar riff. He hummed into his phone, just like or something.
Really?
And then we created it on the guitar just by him
That's tight.
But it's cool. It's fun. You know what I mean? Like this. Even the other band it was fun, but this is a different dynamic. You know what I mean? Like this dynamic is a lot freer right now. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as the writing process, dude, like it's cool because we can lay down something. And like you said, there's no rush. Like you're not in the studio and you got to lay it down and that's it. You know what I mean? Now it's like you can lay something down. You're like listen to it for a month. You're like, I didn't like that. I'm changing that up. I got a whole different beat in my head. Yeah. You know what I mean? We have the opportunities to do that because we do it all, amongst ourselves and in the
so
studio.
was it like with the stuff that you guys used to, obviously like bands and everything? Was it more like, I mean, you could only put out certain things and now you're more free?
I think so. There was your hands were tied a little bit as far as like with record labels and stuff, like deadlines. You know what I mean? Like you just, as soon as you're done touring your last record, you're in the studio writing your next one, and it's like, here's the deadline. It's like cool. So you can write as many songs as you want, but you're like, dude, I only have so much time to like really like soak it in before I can. And then, you know, most of the times you put that record out and then you go play those songs live and you're like, I'm playing it way different than I even did on the record because now I'm starting to feel it. Every single time, you know what I mean?
Does it feel like that for you guys, even like Fieldy? Like when you record something and then you play it, you're just like, it's just completely different sometimes like that, or?
It evolves. Music evolves.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Better if a band could like just live with it. But we never have that time. You're always thrown on our sword. So we don't have to worry about that because it's us.
Yeah.
So that's
Nobody telling us what to do.
Like,
There's freedom there.
If we demo X amount of songs while we're still writing X amount of songs, we get to, you know, drive around in our cars and listen to those over and over and get the hug. You know what? I wish we would have done this a little more like that. We get to do that because they're not completely, you know, laid down yet. You know?
Yeah.
So we get to let the songs develop and evolve. You know.
It keeps your mind at ease too, because I notice when I write lyrics now, I'm not in panic mode, so I'll just put down gibberish at times or words that just might sound cool, but they don't make sense because I know that I have the freedom to go back and just put the right word in. I don't have to panic and I have to write this now. It's more like, let me get the pattern out, get some cool words, and later on I'll go over it and fill in the blank.
you guys are all just literally freestyling,
Yeah, totally, dude.
right?
Totally.
Just to each of you are doing your
that's
own
fun.
freestyle.
That's fun.
Yeah, I love that, dude. I mean, because I feel like now with music, a lot of this, like everything we listen to is so controlled.
It's definitely packaged in a way that
a package deal.
It's a nice glossy package. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of the music that's out there, and that's another thing that I like about what we're doing. There's a rawness to it that I personally appreciate. So, you know, there's no computer gloss and shine and all of that crazy stuff that you hear on the radio. So
Yeah.
I'm a New York hardcore guy, so I love raw.
Yeah,
And that's what these guys are playing. They're playing like heavy, punch you in your face music.
yeah.
I like it.
Are you guys stacking songs right now, or And the whole, like, from what you guys have already put out, is I've listened to all your stuff, you know, previously too. Is it just like now we're just adding the guitar flow into that? Is that kind of?
No, I think it's just more of just, all right, I guess the best way to explain it for a guitar head, we drop the tuning, so that automatically makes it heavier where it's going. And the pattern, the strum pattern is going to change because now you got him, Rob, and these guys all pitching in simultaneously, different and myself. Everybody has a different pattern in their head, so we'll throw it in this fishbowl. And let's say, for instance, Jamie comes in and he'll bring a riff. He'll bring one riff, and then he'll hear it. He might change one note in that riff, and then all of a sudden it'll evolve, and then he'll play a pattern which might change the whole riff. But you watch it, it's almost like banging out a sword. You're putting it in the flame. You trying to maybe might curve it like a samurai sword.
I like that.
We're writing as a band,
Right.
a group of guys, like actually physically doing it together instead of like, we got a beat that's programmed on the computer,
Right.
and then we just
Email
layer
each other.
the strings, you know what I mean? And then I feel like most music's made that way these days, and it sounds.
You can hear it on the radio, dude.
prefabricated,
It's
you
like,
know what I mean?
what? I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we can do it right now. You got bass, drums. Ready right now. You start with the beat. Let's do it.
Yeah, there's some drums we can pull up real quick.
Oh yeah.
No, see, wait.
But this is supposed to be a new release.
Get a lot of. You see, this is how it happened last time. Q, write the verse right now. You guys don't understand. He could write the verse right now. I've seen him do it for 20 years. So I had to write a verse in front of 5 people. That's how he gets down.
We're gonna do it after this.
I love it. What's something that like everyone can expect though for like where you guys are going? Like what's the direction? Like are we gonna tour? Are we gonna play local? Like what's
That, I think those kind of opportunities, we're veterans. So I think now we're at a place where we're deciding our own fate instead of having some guy behind a desk, penciling where we're going to go and all of these different places and trying to figure things out. And what I like about our collective is that we've reached that point in our lives where we're like, we'll do it when we want, where we want.
Right.
And I like that attitude, because for too long we've watched a lot of bands just get chain linked into something that they all you're on the road with these bands and they're complaining, oh, why are we going here? Why are we doing this? Why? And it's like, we don't have that complaint. You know? And there might be a few artists that have that kind of control, like a Jack White, but we have that kind of control right now, and it's nice. So as far as touring, if it makes sense, and we're not like trying to fight for a little slot where people are coming into the club, I think we'll be okay.
I see all these visuals and videos. Who's making all those for you guys?
My son.
Oh, what? Got your son?
He was doing the old stuff. Yeah.
That's tight. I see you wearing the Sullen hat already too.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you're rocking it right now too.
Rocket proud.
There you go,
son. New York style.
Had to let him know.
I was repping Sullen in my hip hop videos because in our genre nobody's really sporting this. So I was like, it's a cool brand.
Yeah.
So let's throw it up.
Fieldy's been wearing Sullen. How long you been wearing Sullen now for? Fucking forever.
20 years more.
20 years. That's tight.
Because I remember Jeremy was sending me boxes in my house from at least 20 years. Still, same address, same today.
Yep. Jeremy and Ryan got you guys laced up. But that's what's up, because it's just all collective as one. You know, I mean, together we rise, and that's dope that that's what you guys are doing now. And I really dig it for sure.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. And another thing that's cool is being amongst veterans and them looking at a situation and wanting to change it rather than saying, let's just unplug it and peace, y'all, and that's it. They kind of looked at it like, it was actually Jamie that looked at it and saw the potential differently. His perspective was just different. He saw what we were doing and he appreciated it, but he also saw the potential.
When I was asked to do this, I came in as a friend, kept my mouth
Left
shut.
an enemy.
Mind my own business. Just mind my own business. You know what I mean? Like, we played a handful of shows together, and I just feel like, you know, I was just kind of like, guys, I'm like, I feel like we can deliver something that all of the fans would like want us to deliver.
Right.
And I don't feel like they were hitting those areas, you know, and I think mostly that came from these guys wanting to do stuff completely different than they had done in the past. You know what I mean? Like a mindset of like, hey, let's do something totally different than we've done before. And I'm just like, I felt like it made sense to like hone it in and drop the hammer and write some, you know, heavier, groovier, you know, more serious kind of stuff. You know?
Yeah. I mean, you have such a distinct energy, Q, always. Like, when I hear that shit, I'm like, oh, damn, what's coming now? You know? And you hear that love drum coming in the back.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Philly's on that bass.
Really slapping the bass. No, it's cool. I was going to say, like, with the shows and stuff like that, we've kind of been experimenting. Like, we've only played, I mean, we did a tour opening for Corn in the U.S. and in Europe, and then we kind of stopped playing shows. This was like
2011.
You know what I mean? And then we just played a couple shows recently for the first time in a long time. And like Jamie was saying, once we kind of like put the songs that we wrote and we seen them drop, like we were like, maybe this is not connecting, like, you know what I mean? Like, they sound good because we listen to them and they're totally different than our other prospective bands. But I think they, like, the way we want to like rock, and we need to bring some of that old school back, which what Jamie was, you know, saying too. So I think the touring thing and the shows are always there. Like, we've never really even attempted to ask anybody to open up for owner. If Fieldy asked somebody or I asked somebody in the industry, like, hey, check out this music from our new band, we'll be on shows all over the world, no problem.
Right.
I mean, we've never really mashed the gas that way, but I think that what we're coming up with now, and like the vibe that we're coming up with now, we're gonna show whoever we want to show, and everybody's gonna want us to be on the show right off the bat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And that's just automatic. So we kind of been. It's kind of almost like we've been waiting to birth this. You know what I mean? So that it's right, like temperature wise and swagger wise, for us on stage to present like what we want it to come across. And I think it's getting there, and it'll be out sooner rather than later, and people will know what's cracking.
Yeah, because you guys know all the right people. Shit. I mean, it's only a matter of when you hit that green light.
Yeah. And I think we're just waiting for the right moment, but it's coming now. So now that we're saying it on SullenTV, you know what's cracking.
Hell yeah, boys. I just appreciate you guys coming out, man, and just dropping this because, again, like, I even wanted to know what was going on. I'm like, what's going on?
I'll tell you when I was like, I'll tell you when I get there.
Yeah. I was like,
We'll
I
be
need
doing
to-
some Foo Fighter shows coming up soon. You know what I mean? In the future. Which would be cool.
Shout out to Dave.
Shout out to Grohl
Oh,
taking us out.
sick.
You know what I mean? We're just looking straight for the home run hitters, dude. We ain't trying to be grinding in these some Johnny's Bar and Grill anymore. I mean, we already between of us, we toured 100 years all over this planet. You know what I mean?
Bar and Grill.
Yeah. If you own one of those, don't call us because we ain't playing it.
Yeah. How much? Philly says how much.
Never mind. We'll play Johnny Bar and Grill.
If they say tacos, Philly's just down. You already know.
You play?
I play from my heart. It's all energy, baby.
There you go.
Yeah, I play live, man.
Nice.
Yeah, boys, I appreciate you guys coming down and just supporting, Sullen and being a part of the family.
Sick.
And
man.
let's get it.
Vibe check. I like that
check.
name. That's what's up. Vibe check with Tori, homie.
Check. Sullen.
That was Vibe Check. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you go ahead and comment below on who you guys want to see on the show. And don't forget to subscribe. Peace.